Hello dear soulmates, welcome back to my channel. See your dress. My name is Esther, and if you're new to the channel, thank you for joining us. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for watching our videos. So in today's tutorial, we're going to be learning something new and different. It's a design that looks like a blazer, and it's also a corset, a cropped corset. So if you're interested in learning how to make this design, join me while we get into it. So on your pattern paper, you're going to draw a starting line at the top, which is going to serve as your shoulder line. And from there, you're going to mark your vertical measurement, your shoulder to bust, shoulder to underbust, shoulder to waist. And then from that shoulder to waist, you're going to mark your waist to hip measurement. Okay, so after marking all these points at various places, you're going to connect them with a straight line. So I'm going to also make use of my marker pen to make them visible for us to see. Now I'm going to work in with a shoulder to bust of 10 inches, the underbust 13.5, waist 16 inches, and the waist to hip I'm working with is 9 inches. Now the waist to hip is going to be the full length. I mean the shoulder to the hip is going to serve as the full length. So on the shoulder line, I marked 7.5 inches for the shoulder, and from that point I came down by 1 inch. I used a neck width of 3 inches rather, and connected it to the shoulder point where I came down by 1 inch. I just marked my armhole depth of 7.5 inches, which I got by dividing the bust circumference by 6 and adding 1.5. From that point, I drew a straight line to present my chest line. Now I'm repeating the 7.5 inches I marked for the shoulder line on the chest line and connecting the armhole depths together. Dividing the armhole depth into 2, I took the midpoint, came in by half of an inch, and on the chest line I marked the bust circumference divided by 4. So I'm going to connect these 3 points together to get my armhole curve. So after getting my armhole curve, I'm going to come towards the waist area and mark my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2, which is known as my bust span. I'm going to mark it at my bust point down to my waistline and connect them together. So I'm working with 3.5 inches. So I'm going to mark my underbust tightening on the underbust area and the waist. I'm using 2 inches to tighten it, and I sheared it into 2. The part towards the center front I use 0.75. The part towards the side I use 1.25. After I'm connecting them together, I'm placing my curve to connect them into the bust line. Now take note that the curve is not getting directly to the end of the bust. I came down with about 0.75 or about 1 inch. Okay, that is to avoid that sharp point there. After dividing the shoulder area into 2 and taking the midpoint, I connected it into the bust line like this. Okay, now I'm going to take my over bust measurement. I'm going to come up from the chest line with about 1.5. You can use 1 inch, 2 inch, depending on how high you want your cup to be. So at that point, I'm going to be drawing that straight line and using it as a guide, then taking half of an inch on both sides of it, as you can see, using the straight line I marked from the shoulder to the bust point as a guide too. Then I went ahead to connect them together using my curve like this. You can also measure the curve to ensure that they are equal on both sides. Okay, after that I'm going to take my bust bridge and I'm going to come out from the center with half of an inch. You can use 0.75 if you wish to. From the chest line I came up by 1 inch because I noticed the cup is not so deep, it's a little high. So after coming out by 1 inch, I mark 0.5. As you can see, I connected it to the bust point. Okay, so I'm going to use my marker to actually make this visible. So from that point 0.5, I connected it with my curve towards the center, as you can see. Now you can see the bust bridge showing from the chest line area 1 inch above it down to the bust point, and now I'm using my curve ruler to connect it into the under bust from that area we marked our bust bridge on the bust point, that's on the bust line. Okay, so that way we've gotten the first part of the curve. And now for this I'm going to mark the body measurement dividing it by 4. I took this little dart allowance at that chest line and added it back. Then I took my waist measurement dividing it by 4. I added the 2 inches dart there and then connected it together. So I'm taking the bust span, the side dart of 1.5 inches by coming down from the bust line by 1.5 and connecting it to the bust point. Now I want to close the darts. Okay, so that's why I slashed the paper to be able to do that. So one thing you should know is that to close a dart you need to open up another dart, but I don't want to open the dart now. That's why I'm trying to manage the paper like this. So to do this you have to ensure you open one dart before you can close this other. So just go ahead and pin it down or you use your tape. Now I want to go ahead and connect the cup for this area. I'm going to come from the side by 1.5. Okay, first thing, I'm going to connect the chest line to the waist, because after full closing your bust, your side dart rather, you're going to be noticing that the side is no longer aligning. So align them together. After marking 1.5 inch away from the side, I'm going to take my cup as a guide like this and connect it into it. Then for the upper part, I'm going to connect it with my curve as well towards the armhole area. Okay, so just go ahead and place your curve ruler as much as you want it. As you can see, I've gone ahead to open my bust darts because I want the paper to relax very well. So after that, I'm going to use my marker to make it visible very well. So now you can place your curve depending on how you want your cup to come out, how you want it to appear. Okay, so that's for the cup. And take note that you can make your cup to be a 3-piece or a 2-piece cup. Okay, now for this part we have our dart, I'm going to extend it like this to the yoke. That is going to help us tighten the yoke line, especially if you're using a chantilly net for this at the end. So I'm gonna ahead to tighten that, and now I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. So you can take your time to watch me while I cut it out so you don't get to make any mistake, especially if you're a beginner. And I want you to know that we have our online beginner class going on. If you're interested, you're new to fashion, you want to learn how to cut and sew, you want to learn pattern drafting, do well to message us on our WhatsApp on the number that is displayed on your screen. Okay, so for the neck width, I marked 3 inches below and I'm connecting it to the 3 inches neck depth. Okay, so I actually forgot to put this, but there's no cause for alarm, so I'm just going to mark it and cut it out for the neck depth. So I'm just using a normal round neck there, and you should do the same. So after that, go ahead and cut the pieces out gently. So after cutting it, this is what it should look like. You should be having 3 parts: the upper part, which is the yoke, the cup, and the other part of the body. Can you see? So it is in pieces right now, but I'm going to put them together soon. So this is what we have for our front. Okay, so I'm just going to show you that this cup can be cut into 3 parts or 2. If you want it 2-piece corset, cup corset, you can leave it this way. If you want 3-piece, you're just going to mark about 2 inches from the top all round, and then go ahead and connect them together. 2 inches or 1.5, depending on what you want. It's totally up to you. So this way we can have 3 parts, 1, 2, 3, as I have labeled. Then I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. Okay, so for now I'm going to take this aside, and then we're going to work on the back piece. Okay, so before going to the back piece, I remember we've not finished the front. So for the front, remember the waist to the hip is still there. First thing I'm going to do is to mark about 1.5 or 2 inches for our overlap. Okay, remember that this is looking like a blazer. There's obviously an overlap at the front. Now I've marked that, and I'm going to start from this new line as my center front. What I did is that I marked my waist measurement divided by 4 on the waist and hip measurement divided by 4 on the hip line, and I extended it with 1.5 inches. Now this is because it's not meant to be exactly on the hip. It looks as a little conical effect there, like a conical corset, so I extended it a little. Then I came up by 1 inch from the side of the hip, and I am blending it into the hemline. Okay, so if you want your full length to be below the hip, it's fine, but I think stopping at the hip is totally okay. Okay, so as you can see, I've connected them together, and I'm coming up by 1.5 inches towards this overlap area because it has a stylish curve design at this point. So I'm just using my free hand to do this. You can use your curve to get it, whichever way you want to do it. Just ensure you create the design of your choice. So after doing what I have there, and I saw that it was okay, I just went ahead to trace it out with my marker, and this is what I have. So this is the area that buttons are meant to be there, but not exactly, although that is the overlap that we have there. So I'm just going to cut it out following the shape. I'm just trying to indicate that area as the overlap. That's why I'm trying to show you that this is the area that buttons might be, but for this design I don't think there is any button at that point. So now this is the back piece, and I'm just going to repeat the exact things that I did for the front. Now I want you to take note that I couldn't get the back design of this dress, but we're going to be using a zipper at the back just to indicate the back. So I can't tell how the back is exactly. if it's laced like a corset or it's a zipper, but we're going to be using a zipper to illustrate this part. Now as you can see, I just marked 1 inch towards the center back for my zipper allowance, and now I am marking my vertical measurement, shoulder to bust, shoulder to waist. Okay, so in the back we don't have the, sorry, at the back we don't have the under bust because there is no bust area. And as you can see, I've gone ahead to mark them, label them, and I've also imputed my armhole curve like I did for the front. Just follow the same process. Now the neck depth I'm using for the back is 1 inch. I'll just mark it and connect it together, extending it to the zipper area. So please take note that the shoulder to waist for the back is going to be 14.5, okay, as you can see, because the back and the front are not the same, and we've taken a bust dart for the front of 1.5 inches. Okay, so now that we have this, I'm going to come in rather by 0.5 from the waistline around the zipper line, and I'm going to connect it to the top. This is what I'm going to use to avoid zipper bulge. Then I'm marking the bust span measurement divided by 2 from the from the center back rather, and I'm connecting them with 0.75 on both sides to create my darts, which are connected to the chest line, as you can see. So now for this part, we're just going to be having a simple back where we're not going to be connecting it to the yoke. So the only thing I'm going to do is to impute my waist measurement and dividing it by 4. I marked it on the waistline and added the that allowance of 1.5 there. After that, I went ahead to connect it together. So the back is very simple. Now for this zipper area, because we removed half of an inch, I'm going to redraw the zipper allowance area to get it. Make sure it's 1 inch, okay? As you can see, I'm going ahead to redraw it to ensure that the 1 inch is still the same thing. Then I'm just going to label that area as zipper allowance. I'm sorry that my camera was not capturing that side very well. So after doing that, I went ahead to cut it out. As you can see, at this point, if you find the tutorial helpful, do not hesitate to give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe to our channel. It's one of the ways you can encourage us to keep posting tutorials. Okay, so just go ahead and cut it out and label it. Okay, I use this arrow to indicate the parts that will be joining together so I don't get confused, and I went ahead to cut it. Now for the lower part of the back piece, we're going to do almost the same thing, except that the back is going to be cut with a zipper at the back, not with the overlap like we did for the front. So after marking the 1 inch for the zipper allowance, I came in rather by 0.5 inches from the waist. Remember we did that for the upper part. We are doing the same thing here, and I connected it into the line. Now mark the waist measurement divided by 4 and the hip measurement divided by 4 here, adding the same 1.5 that I added for the front. This is just to ensure that they both align. Okay, now I'm going to remark the zipper allowance line, making sure it's exactly 1 inch and connecting them together. Then I'm going to come up from this part of the hip line with 1 inch and blend it into the hip line like this, and with this we are totally good. I'm just going to go ahead and label it and cut it out. So soulmates, we're actually done with the making of this pattern. All you need to do is to cut out your pieces, transfer them to the fabric, and then start the sewing process. So I'm going to quickly bring them together to show you what we have at the end. So this is for the back. Like I said, you might not need to cut it out separately, but for the sake of the yoke or the design, you can do this. And take note that you can create any yoke design of your choice. This is just a simple back yoke design. So for the front piece, you're going to be joining everything together just for you guys to see what it's going to look like. Both the yoke, the cup, the bodies, and the lower part as well. I'm going to put them together so that you can see what the design is going to look like. If you find the tutorial helpful, please share our video, subscribe to our channel, leave a comment in the comment section if you have any question. And thank you guys for watching. See you in my next one.